Your first day on a construction site, there's certain things that have to happen, and I'm going to tell you what they are right now. Hi guys, my name is Chris Conkle, and my channel is all about helping to grow quality tradespeople so that you can gain the confidence to concentrate on your tasks. Being able to have the confidence to concentrate on your tasks just makes the job so much easier. I hope that my videos so far have helped you get the job, and I'm going to be starting to teach you now how to deal with the job and what to do with it. The very first thing that you have to know is your first day on site. There's no need to be nervous or or overexcited or anything like that. As long as you follow my advice and just follow these steps and do these things I'm about to tell you all the time, you will have a very good career. You'll be a quality worker and you're gonna go places. Okay, so excuse me, it's I really want to get this video out. It's late Monday night. I was up at 4 a.m. this morning. It's been a very busy day. As you guys know, I've been watching my two young daughters. They have been out of daycare, so I've been at home with them during the day, through the week, and I had to go in and I still have a big contract I have to finish, so I worked all weekend, and I'm probably going to have to put in a few nights this week, but the main thing is I need to get this video out. This is a good video because now we're going to be getting into the actual working part. Getting to this point, getting the job and selecting who to apply to and getting this job, and you're just new, you're starting out in the trades, and things are about to embark for you, right? You're gonna start out on a good journey, I hope, and trust me, if you stick to the companies that do the things that I tell you that they should do, then you should have a very good career. Okay, stay away from companies that don't have safety programs, and stay away from the guys that don't have apprenticeship programs and things like that, right? You want to be able to advance in your career. So today I'm just gonna go. I have a huge script written, like literally. Check this out. So because of the way the day panned out, I'm just gonna try to wing it a little bit. Because I wrote this stuff, I know it, I lived it, so I just have to be more calm in front of the camera, and I'm warming up to you, and I'm starting to feel a lot better about this. This is a good message, a good way for us to bring in new workers to the trades, or generate more interest in the trades, and to show workers that there's actually support out there. I'm here to support you through ckvlogs.com or Chris Conkle Vlogs on YouTube and Facebook. Any questions you guys have about the trades or your companies, please ask me. Leave me a comment down below, or send me an email. I'll gladly help anybody. I will respond to everybody. So yeah, I started out as a laborer back when I was 15 years old. That was 24 years ago. And I started out I was doing summer work in between my high school summers. So I think it was like grade 10 and 11, and my grade 12 and 13 years I did construction in the summers. So it was a really good, high-paying job for somebody my age, and I did well. I was raised to work hard. My mother and father, they owned businesses, and we were always taught to work hard. And so this video series that I'm going to be putting out will take you from being a laborer and getting that job, starting out in the trades, and working your way all the way up through the ranks, become your first year, your second year, and becoming a journey person, and then maybe going into estimating or project management, and maybe even designing. The possibilities in construction are endless. There's just so many. It's just such a diverse industry, right? So things are always ever changing and ever evolving, and there's always a huge demand for skilled laborers or skilled tradespeople. There is a definite need for qualified people who have the ability to train other workers. That is something that was so rare in the field. When I was going through the ranks, I had nobody really teaching me anything. I had to figure out a lot of things on my own. A lot of it was trial and error, and a lot of error. And so I made some mistakes, and I lived through a lot of ups and downs. And if I can help just one person not make the same mistakes that I did, this is all worth it. Because it can really have an impact on your family and your life. When you have an injury, or you lose a lot of money, or if you're just working under real stressful conditions, that affects your home life, that affects your family. And the most important thing in life is family, and community, right? So we definitely want to support each other. So this is my contribution to the industry. Like I said, I want to generate more interest into the trades, and I want to be here to support everybody. Anyone I can help develop their career, learn more about the trades. I can, and some of the guidance I have, I'm here to help. So please leave me a message down in the comments. Let me know how you just ask me any questions you might have in your mind. So I'll gladly answer them. Okay, so now we've got a job. We've prepared for our first day, so we have our gear. We've shown up on site at 6:45 a.m. because we're there on time, right? Because we planned our route ahead of time, and we knew how long it was going to take to get there. We woke up early, got a good night's sleep. We're well rested, and we're ready to go. Okay, now these things I'm going to tell you. The steps I'm going to tell you is advice to take with you for the long haul. You're going to need to have an orientation, a site-specific orientation, and that's done by the general contractor. So let me first explain to you the dynamics of a construction project. There's an owner who has an idea or a need, right? It's generally a need that they need to have a facility built to facilitate this need, right? So they hire a designer. The designer will design the building and then put those designs out for what's called a tender. And what a tender is prime contractors, general contractors will bid on that project, price it, and bid it. And the most qualified contractor, combined with pricing and whoever has the most understanding of the project requirements, will generally win that contract. A prime contractor, a general contractor, somebody like Ledcor or PCL or Ellis Dunn, they will then take that job, and a lot of the times when they price the job and bid it, they also have subcontractors pricing with them. So what subcontractors are whatever the general contractor, the prime contractor cannot do, they'll have to, or are not certified to do, then they'll have to subcontract that portion of the build out. So you're going to have electricians, you're going to have mechanical companies broken into like plumbing and HVAC. You're going to have masonry guys, roofers, drywall, steel stud, painters, flooring. You're gonna have building envelope like cladding and glazing like windows, window systems, stuff like that. So you're gonna have a lot of different companies working under one roof, on the same project. So, and all these different companies they might have their own days and schedules and times, and they'll be in and out on a daily basis. So a construction site, you can imagine, there's a lot of things going on. All right, there's equipment and workers. There's a lot of things going on. So the very first thing you need to do when you go into any new construction site is have an orientation. Okay, so once you arrive on site at 6:45 a.m., the first thing you need to do is call your foreman, let them know that you're there. A good foreman will come and meet you at the gate and take you to the general site office or trailer to have your orientation. And once the orientation's over, then he'll come back, or she'll come back and get you and take you on a site tour and give you a company's specific orientation if you haven't had one already. They do the hiring package. All of these things need to be done before you do any work. An orientation is going to bring up the speed with all the site-specific hazards and controls, and also company policies. The orientation will also tell you where to get information, like where the safety manuals are, the OH&S Blue Book is, the MSDS sheets, all these things, emergency exits. So you're going to be well informed of the hazards and the controls and the policies ahead of time before you start any work on that site. Each site has their own set of rules and procedures. A lot of things carry over to job to job to job, and a lot of things are in law and regulated and in the code and act, but every site has its own specific unique environmental hazards, so you need to be made aware of those up front. The orientations usually take about 45 minutes to an hour, and then they're really easy. All you have to do is listen and speak up. If you have any questions, ask them. There is no such thing as a dumb question in construction. The only thing dumb about a question is the one that you don't ask, and then somebody gets hurt or something gets damaged. Injury and loss prevention is huge, right? You need to protect yourself. You definitely don't want to be injured. So listen to what the safety advisor or the site superintendent has to say. So the order of things on a construction site go: you have the site superintendent, who's the big boss. That person will oversee all the operations and control all the trades. The site superintendent will usually have an assistant site superintendent, at least one, and then there'll be like safety advisors like NCSOs, CSOs, and then below them you'll have foreman, lead hand, or journeyman's right, foreman, journeyman, journey person, my apologies, journey person, lead hand, and then you got your 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st year apprentices, and then you have your laborers. So there is an order to things, and you're going to be made aware of who's who. Okay, so you guys showed up on time at 6:45 a.m. You have all your PPE. You've done your site-specific orientation. So now it's time. Your foreman will come and get you, take you on a site tour, show you the muster point, and show you, like, actually physically demonstrate to you the site specific hazards and controls. Then he'll take you and do a company specific orientation if you haven't already. A lot of the times you'll have already done your company specific orientation and done your hiring package up front at the office. It's important to know that companies don't actually have offices on site. They have them off site somewhere else, and the sites aren't going to be your place of work all the time. You could be going from site to site to site even, and it just depends on where your company needs you the most. So I can't tell you how many times I was expecting new workers to show up on site, and they either just didn't show up or didn't call me when they showed up, and they just went ahead to orientation and I had no idea they were there. I just kind of figured they weren't there. So it's nerve-wracking when you're a foreman, and all my years as a foreman and site superintendent, I was on the tools 100% of the time, either working or training guys. That's the only way any of my jobs could have stayed on schedule. I'm happy to say that I think all of my jobs finished on time. I don't think I was ever late, which is a huge accomplishment for somebody who, in the trades for this long. But it's just a matter of putting in the time, working overtime, working weekends, just getting the job done when you say, right? And but anyways, moving on. So this is all very, very important. Okay, you need to have a site-specific orientation. You need to have a company-specific orientation. Okay, now those are the two very first things that have to happen. Okay, you already have your PPE, so that is taken care of. Okay, so you protected yourself with that. Now before you're assigned to any new tasks, there's what we call safe work practices and safe job procedures. These are the things that you need to read before you do any new task. They're located in the health and safety manual, and you simply read them, review them. They're the steps of your task, And from these steps is how you start to formulate what's called an FLHA, or hazard assessment. FLHA meaning field level hazard assessment, or a JHA, job hazard analysis. But we're just going to call it hazard assessment. Okay, you have to do a hazard assessment every single day of work. So it's good to start getting good at those right away. And somebody should be there to teach you how to do that, whether it's a foreman or a lead hand or a fellow worker even. Somebody needs to show you how to properly fill out a hazard assessment, okay? And without reading the safe work practices and safe job procedures for that task, you're not going to be able to write one. So you need to do that. And then you also need to do a physical analysis of your environmental hazards and whatever hazards are present at that time, in your work area, okay? And then there's the present hazards with the actual task, okay? You need to put all of this information into a hazard assessment before you start any work. Your foreman has to review that, not your journeyman, not a lead hand. Your foreman, somebody in management has to review your hazard assessment when you're a new worker and make sure you've done it right. And then you have to be able to demonstrate that then you have to demonstrate that you are competent with that task before they let you on your own to do anything. Okay, so there's a lot of things in place to ensure that you're not just thrown into the wolves, okay? Your safety is priority number one, okay? Always. And if you don't know something, if you're not comfortable doing something, then don't do it, okay? That's very, very important, to do something that you're not comfortable with or you don't understand, okay? It's the information is there. The information is there when you just ask, or if you just read about it, or you practice, but you need to have that knowledge of the task, or you need to develop your skills, okay? What I'm about to tell you is very serious, and I mean it. If you show up to site and it's your very first day on a construction site and you're totally green, and you're put right to work with somebody or on your own, even just given a broom to sweep up and do some cleaning, if you're just thrown into something like that without an orientation, without doing a hazard assessment, then you're probably better off to leave that job immediately and find a new place to work, because that doesn't mean your safety isn't going to be priority there. There's plenty of companies out there who you can work for, so don't ever compromise yourself. Don't ever compromise safety, okay? I mean that. It's very important that you understand this, okay? You have the right to refuse anything that's unsafe. And if you're not comfortable doing something, or you don't understand something, you don't know something, then that's unsafe. So in order to be a top-notch quality worker, there's a couple extra things I'm going to tell you. When it comes to socializing on site, yes, it's okay to be social, but there's a time and place for that. Okay, so when you're on site, keep your cell phone on silent and in your pocket the whole day. There's a time and place for that as well. You're going to have 2 15-minute breaks, and you're going to have 1 30-minute lunch break. Those are the times when you check your phone, make your calls, and socialize, okay? Okay, and another thing about the break times is very important. Don't be that person who waits for everyone else to go back in after break. You want to be on time. Keep your breaks within the parameters, the designated times. And if, say, you're the first guy or the first girl back every day, somebody's going to take notice, and you will advance a lot quicker than the other people. Hard workers are really hard to come by, so when you demonstrate that you are a responsible, hard quality worker, you will move up these ranks really quickly. I promise you that. And when you're with a journey person or a lead hand or a fellow worker, anybody who is going to be teaching you something, this is very important to understand, okay? Because so many people do it, and it's just so annoying, and you just don't want to be this person. Watch what they're doing and listen, okay? Don't ever try to suggest a better way or give advice to somebody teaching you something. Just watch their way first and listen to what they have to say. Okay, and when it comes time, when you're on your own doing the task, then implement your own strategies. That's the time when the teacher becomes the student, because they're eventually going to notice and will most likely adapt your way that way, if it is indeed a better way. Okay, nobody likes a know-it-all, and it's just really annoying when you're trying to teach somebody and they interrupt you with trying to suggest a better way to do something. Okay, especially when you're talking to somebody who's been in the trades for say 24 years and has probably tried every way possible, and yeah, they're just not going to appreciate that. So keep your mouth shut and your ears open, and you'll be a good student, okay, a quality student. So the person teaching you will just love teaching you, and you'll get taught a lot more. I promise you that. Just remember, the answers are there when you ask. Okay, don't do anything that you don't feel comfortable doing, and make sure that you read the health and safety manual, those safe work practices and safe job procedures, so that you understand the tasks that you're doing. I can't stress that enough, guys. I cannot stress enough that you need to be fully trained on how to do things. You need to be trained on how to use tools and how to do your tasks. There's a lot of training, a lot of learning ahead of you. It's exciting, and it's fascinating. You're going to see amazing things. You're going to do incredible things. You're going to feel amazing when you look back and see what you've accomplished. And I'm just telling you, this journey is just beginning for you. So it's going to be a fantastic journey. It's a great experience. You're always doing something exciting, that's for sure. There's always something that makes the job exciting. Once it gets boring and repetitive, then you know that you need to go to school, do some extra education so you can move up a little bit quicker. That's what I had to do. I ended up going to night school and studying online, and there's so many ways to study through correspondence with Construction Specifications Institute and the Project Management Institute. There's a lot of self-learning, so if I can be there to help you guys out, then I will be. I am here to help you through this whole process. So make sure you leave a comment down below and ask me any question you have. I will definitely answer you, so don't be afraid to reach out to me. And make sure you check out ckvlogs.com shop. It's the best way to support my channel and help me grow, and it's really the only way at the moment, but there is a couple donate tabs on my page. To sum it all up, the things that have to happen your first day on a construction site are: 1. Orientation. A site-specific orientation has to be done for every single new construction project that you work on. Number 2, you need to have a company-specific orientation and complete an employee hiring package before starting your first day on site. Number 3, you need to be made aware of the site-specific hazards and controls by actually physically walking around and being shown by your lead hand or foreman. Okay? The 4th thing that has to happen is you must read the safe work practices and safe job procedures for the task that you are assigned, and then you have to be shown how to complete a hazard assessment. And then you have to complete a hazard assessment on your own, have that reviewed by a foreman and approved, and then you must demonstrate your competence with the task before you're left on your own to do anything. And remember, if you're not comfortable doing something, or you just don't know how to do something, then don't do it. Okay? Nobody is going to make you do anything. Okay? You have the right to refuse unsafe work, and not knowing and not feeling comfortable is not safe. It's a real shame that it's so hard to find good people to train people. It's really a shame that it's so difficult to learn the right way to do things. That's all going to change, I hope, with the advancements in technology and video. The more that we can upload these kind of videos and content and be available for support for new workers, the better chances we have of bringing workers back to the field, and the better, like, for the safer we're gonna be. Okay, so I can't tell you, gloves and glasses, they're so simple, right? But still, the highest occurring injuries on site are finger and eye injuries, believe it or not. With 100% PPE in effect, guys just give you a hard time. They don't wear their PPE. It's very frustrating. So make sure you're not that person and you're wearing your PPE all the time. Okay guys, well, I hope that helps for your first day on a construction site. You're gonna know what to expect. Now you know what's expected of you, which is there's a procedure for everything. It's important to know that you need to be fully trained and educated. It's a process. It's going to be a long learning process, and it's a lot of fun, and it's very rewarding. Okay, so you're always kept in real top physical condition, and you're always doing exciting things. It's just it's a fantastic industry to be in. I love construction. My passion has always been in building and filming. Believe it or not, film has always been a passion of mine since I was a kid. So you guys know I am in IATSE and NABIT, the film unions. I've done a lot of film work too in my past, so I'm really excited to be able to put my construction knowledge onto video, and I really hope that we can build a community around this, and I just really want this to get going. So I hope you guys like what you see so far, and if you want to help me continue and grow, then make sure you watch these videos. Make sure you watch, subscribe and keep up with my uploads. And I upload twice a week. I upload twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, Edmonton. I have a lot of work on my plate right now. My two lovely, beautiful, hyperactive daughters, I'm watching them in the day, and then I'm trying to get this other contract finished, and I'm supposed to be estimating and doing this and that and this. Yeah, there's just not enough time in the day to get everything done. But like I said, it's been a long day. I've been up since 4 a.m. and it's now evening sometime, so I hope I get this done in time. I know I will, because I just won't quit, right? I've never been this excited about something since my children were born. So it's just this fantastic time to start on YouTube. Things are definitely changing and evolving. So there's a huge community developing out there. So get out there and be involved. This is the best way to stay informed, and it's the best way to learn and be a part of something. So make sure you guys subscribe and hit that bell notification so you don't miss anything. This is Chris. Bye for now.